Hey ladies, welcome to today's styling tutorial. Now today I actually wanted to talk to you about shopping online and what to sort of look for and be aware of when you are shopping online. This is, and especially at the moment, that's pretty much the only way that you can shop. So it's really, really important to have that confidence, in what you're about to purchase. Now, I will continue to keep bringing you my shopcasts and, selecting pieces for you. But if you are doing this on your own, all of these tips are going to really help you. Okay, so I'll get straight into it. First up, it is important for you to know your own measurements. So as we know, sizing can, between brands and even in the same brand, I know I can be a small, medium and a large in the same brand. So knowing your measurements as opposed to an actual size, with what's on the tag, knowing your measurements is going to really help you. So generally you want to know, your hips, your waist, your bust, your height as well. So it's all those sort of ones, just to have them, if you just do it once and you even just jot that down or keep it in your phone, so then you can always look back, and every time you are shopping, it's a quick guide and you can check it there. Because what is going to happen is if you don't and you just think, oh look, I'm about a 10 to 12 or whatever your size is, it can end up being, you might have needed an 8 in something. So you don't sort of just want to go in blind. You do want to do the research for it. The other one is to check the material that it is. So you need to be able to, look at the material and go, okay, that has worked for me in the past, or, I don't like the feel of this. So check your own wardrobe first as well. So what you can do is go through and just, with all the tops and things like that you love, or if there's certain pants that fit really well and they're really comfortable and things like that, all you need to do is check what the material is, the percentage of what is in it. And then you can gauge, when you do look at something online, you can gauge whether or not that is going to fit well, or if it's going to sit right and things like that. If you do purchase something, or even if you've got pieces in your wardrobe that you don't necessarily love and you put them on and they're maybe too tight, or they really, stick to your body as opposed to skim over it and things like that, write that down too. So then you know the ones to sort of avoid or be very cautious of when you do go to purchase. The other one is to look for reviews. So hopefully, it doesn't happen all the time, not all websites will have it, but sometimes there will be reviews. Now be careful of just the ones that are, 5-star and this is fantastic, because who knows who has written that. But if you can find reviews that, do say this was a great fit, but it was too short for me, or whatever it might have been. So just try to have a look at those, just to, it will just help you make your mind up whether or not that is the right purchase for you. I also always check what the return policy is on things. I live rurally. And so for me, I do need to check, what the returns and things are like, because I can't just quickly pop back into the stores and things like that. So check your returns, see if you can take them back in store, and if they're a free return, if it's not the right fit, or if they actually even have a returns policy at all. So be careful with those, especially if you're shopping sales. So most of the time there's no returns or refunds or anything on sale items. So just be careful of that when you're just clicking, because it's 30% off or whatever it is. Just make sure that you can return it if it doesn't fit you. Because sometimes they'll only return damaged, faulty goods and things like that. Now, the next one is if you're having a look, let's say Katie's or Cotton On or Just Jeans or any sort of, main brand as well as the smaller boutiques, check on their social media. So check their Facebook and Instagram and see if they've got their piece sort of in action. So there might be little videos, there might be, you know, in their stories, they might be promoting it. And when you can sort of see it styled different ways, and also if there's any movement at all, that is absolutely fantastic. So then you get a really good gauge on how that's going to look when you're wearing it, and, you know, instead of just one photo of it. Because also with a lot of the photo shoots, there's lots of tricks that can sort of, you know, they can do with it. You know, they can tie the back so it looks a lot more fitting from the front, and then you get it and it's really sort of oversized and things like that. So it is good if you can find video of it. Sometimes they'll have that on their website, which is fantastic. I love it when stores do that. But yeah, I always have a look at social media and go through it that way as well, just to get more of an idea on how it's actually going to sit on you. And, you know, and then you can also hopefully see it in different sizes as well. The other way as well, I always check their lookbooks. So any website that you're on, they'll generally have, you know, it could be the autumn release or the winter release or whatever season it is. They will also have, you know, it could be, let's say it's in summer and there's a tropical edition. They'll do a full lookbook with this particular top styled all different ways with, you know, lots of different pieces and things like that. So then, one, you can get an idea on how else to wear it, but you'll be able to see it styled differently, which hopefully will give you a better indication on what it's going to look like in person. The other two that I have that are my main ones is make sure, I suppose, when you get something, it may look a little bit different because on all different screens and on phones and things like that, the color will come across differently. So every time you look at it on a different device, that colored top is going to probably look a little bit different. That is also going to happen when you receive it. It's not always going to be exactly, you know, what it looks like, because like they're not doing that on purpose. They're not trying to trick you or, you know, anything like that. It's just, you know, photos will come across differently. There's just no way of sort of getting around that. So that's the other reason why I also check a lot of their socials, especially if it's, you know, customers who have purchased it and it's their own photos and then that brand has shared that photo. It can start giving you a better indication on what the color is going to be, but you will need to sort of, I suppose, be aware that that may happen, and that, you know, as long as it is quite similar, then, you know, you need to be happy with that, I suppose. The other one is check your sizing if you have purchased from that shop before. So I have certain camis that I will always buy and they will release them in different colours, and I know my fit and I know the style. I love that particular cut and everything. So every time that they do release it in a new colour, then I just go for that. And it makes shopping really easy because, you know, they're sticking to the same. So have a look at that as well. If you find that, you know, in one store you're pretty much always a 10, that's a pretty good indication that you're going to be. I've got a few more actually. Check what the model is wearing as well and what the model size is. So a lot of the time, and this can happen so often, is the model will be wearing a size 10, but then it says the model is generally a size 6. She's, you know, this tall, blah, blah, blah. And then, but on there you think, oh yeah, that's how it's going, that top's going to look on her. But if you haven't checked that actually she's wearing a 10 when she, you know, probably is only a size 8, and then you might get the top and all of a sudden it just does not fit you how it looked on her. Yeah, so just be careful of what size the model's wearing compared to what you would need. So I always look at what the model's wearing, also for her height, especially if you're buying pants. You know, yeah, make sure you check the height and everything of what what she is wearing. So The last one is, if you do get something and you love it, but there's just something that needs a little bit of tweaking, remember that you can, get that tailored to fit you. Obviously, depending on budgets and things like that. But, if you order a jacket and then you think, oh, I love it, it's just gapey or something just here or whatever it might be, remember you can just get it tailored. So don't feel like, oh, I'll just put that away and, I've lost it. Just remember that you can alter it. So either you do that yourself or you hire someone to do that for you. I personally would hire someone because I'm hopeless at mending and things like that. So, but yeah, so they're all of my tips. There were huge amount of tips in there, but yeah, hopefully that is going to really help you be more confident when you purchase pieces and start enjoying the shopping online. It doesn't need to be overwhelming, and it can be a lot of fun. So yeah, keep those tips in mind. But again, I will be sharing, obviously, my Shopcast with you. So if you prefer me to do it, then I can definitely do that for you. Okay, I'll see you all very soon inside the group. Okay, bye.